Good evening, welcome to ITV News. This is Tuesday night's calendar with Katy Rickitt and Duncan Wood.
Here are tonight's main stories. First tonight, the fear, the frustration and the hopelessness of Afghan people living in our region as they watch their country plunge further into chaos under the Taliban. They're now terrified at the thought of what's going to happen to the loved ones they left behind. Jamshidullah
Akhtar, a former interpreter for the British Army who now lives in Halifax, has told us he feels his family and fellow countrymen have been betrayed by the US and the UK governments after troops were withdrawn from Afghanistan.
The Taliban says no one should be worried about the future, but the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, says plans are being drawn up for a resettlement scheme for those most in need. Mr Akhtar has told Lisa Adlam that those left behind must not be abandoned.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, among the many thousands of people desperate to leave Afghanistan are a small group of 35 students who should be starting at British universities next month.
Last week, the government announced it was putting its Chevening Scholarship Scheme, which offers master's degree places to promising Afghan students, on hold. But by Sunday, the Prime Minister changed his stance, saying he was doing all he could to secure their visas.
But with chaos at Kabul's airport and women unable to leave their homes unaccompanied, in reality, that journey to the UK could be all but impossible.
Now, earlier I spoke to Arifa, a very brave law graduate in Kabul due to enrol at York University next month. She's previously worked educating women from rural areas, making her a likely target for the Taliban. She wanted to speak out but asked that we didn't show her face. I began by asking her what life is currently like in the city she lives in. Terrifying. I mean, just describe, to put this in perspective, what life in your life over here in York. Very emotional, Arifa speaking to me earlier from Kabul. Well, we also got a statement from York University which says it's deeply concerned about the deteriorating situation and is doing all it can to assist with visas and travel. It says it does remain committed to the Chevening Partnership, and we really hope that Arifa can come over next month. Meanwhile, police are growing concerned about a 14-year-old girl from Halifax who's been missing now for a week. Sheffield was chosen today to launch the government's first ever hydrogen strategy aimed at tackling climate change. Next tonight, during lockdown, we applauded them from our doorsteps to thank them for their incredible efforts. But now it's emerged that thousands of key workers' children in the Calendar region have been left living in poverty.
Yes, one trade union claims the main reasons are low pay and insecure hours, factors that often coincide with occupations such as care workers and delivery drivers. Well, there are now calls for more investment and urgent change to help so many staff who've seen us through the pandemic. Matt Price has the story.
Next tonight, claims that football referees in our region are putting their lives at risk every time they step out onto the pitch. The head of a referee support helpline says his biggest fear is getting a phone call to say a match official has been attacked and even killed during a game.
Martin Cassidy ending that report by James Webster there.
OK, well, we've got John in the studio now. And John, where's the sunshine?
Green dress,
Thank
Katie.
you very
it's
much.
Exactly the same colour as my green screen, which is over there in the corner of the studio, as we demonstrated earlier, didn't we? Take a look at this. OK, yes, well, here I am. This is my green screen. This is where I do the weather. And if you come on here, Katie, you can see that your dress is almost the same colour. And then if we put up the weather graphics, look what happens.
Wow!
Look at that. See right through you, a shadow of your former self.
I feel like I've got the whole world in my hands, John. It's amazing.
That's why I could never wear a dress that colour. Anyway, come on, we've got to get back.
OK. I want to see you in a dress this colour.
Hey, steady. Polyester tie there. I couldn't possibly wear that.
Hey!
Now listen, it's a long time since...
We will do on our late bulletin, 10:30, don't miss it.
Excellent. And
train spotter and bus spotter. Thanks very much, John. Well, finally tonight, heroes don't often wear capes or rip their shirts off in public and fly into the air like Superman, although John normally does on the Saturday night. But this evening we are celebrating real lifesavers.
Yes, Nicola Hallam's two children, Finlay and Darcy, wouldn't be in the world without the help of plasma donors. This Mansfield mum was told during her pregnancies that antibodies in her blood were destroying their blood in her womb.
Yasmin Bottleby has been to meet the family. You can say that again, Yasmin. Really, we don't know who these people are. They don't know who they're saving, but they do an amazing job.
And
really
gorgeous
do.
little kids there as well.
Now then, here's the gorgeous John Mitchell.
Ooh.
Thanks very much indeed, John. That is it from us. Our next update, 10:30 tonight.
The national and international stories are next with Charlene White.
But for now, from the whole team on Calendar, thanks very much indeed for watching. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 6. Good night.
See you then. Bye.